Hello everybody, how you going? Alright, this is exciting. I'm trying something new tonight. So just pull that up and make sure it's on live chat so I can see everyone who comes in and all the comments. So what I'd like to say is welcome to Tracy Creating. I am Tracy, and throughout this video may you be inspired, learn something new, or simply relax while you're watching. So we are going to use some resin tonight, and it is from Just Resin. It is the Art Resin LV, the 2:1 ratio. And just wipe off the stick. I've already poured in 50 mils of part B and 100 mils of part A. So now getting to mixing while I go through this and welcome some people into the room. Let's have a look. G'day Doris. How you going? Hope you had a great sleep and you got a fabulous day planned today. And there's Tish, the Artist's Haven. Greetings. Oh, hang on. Or should I say hello, hello? I was on Artapalooza today and I couldn't talk, so I communicated through these cards. So bing bing, and I actually thought I'd keep them. Thank you to Michael, he did a fabulous job. So thought I'll keep them, you never know when they might come in handy. So you're asking, that's good. You love those cards? Yeah, they were pretty handy. So, worked in well. I was making them on the fly too, but otherwise I would have had some other ones. So, but that was awesome. So with this, what I'm going to do is I have a whole bunch of Just Resin pigment pastes. So I have the black, Sailor Blue, Titanium White, and Bermuda Bay. Yep. So, and I also have, so scraping your stick and the sides of the cup and the bottom of like combining your two parts of resin. An interference. It's a micropigment, color shift micropigment, and I chose green. Yeah, so we'll just see what happens with those, because I actually want to do a little bit of a test. Lol, Michael and I were talking about that last night. Thought it was brilliant. Awesome, thanks. Jose, how you going? Hi Robin, how are you? Hey, thanks you guys for all coming into the watch. I hope you find this interesting. So I'm just about done with mixing that, so I'm just going to put that aside for the hot minute, pull out these pigments and get them separated. So when I'm using these smaller cups, like the shot glasses, I just like to break my sticks in half, and then it doesn't tip, unless you knock the side of it. doesn't tip it over. Always good to have some off to the side ready to use. So this is the Sailor Blue. It's very navy. It's very lovely actually. So I'm not going to need a lot. So I've scraped off the bottom side, so I have one little kind of puddle on the top, and pop that in there. Lid straight back on because you don't want to have anything fall in there or knock it over or anything. And give it a stir. Make sure it's mixed. So I will use a little bit extra of this one, and I'll use it into a cup. And I used a small stick, so there you go. It's alright, I'll fish it out after the pigment paste drips off it. I'll switch it over to a larger stick. And titanium white. So this is definitely just a small stick. Give it a stir, make sure it's all combined, that it all looks nice and consistent. I think we'll be pretty good with, again, 1/2 of the surface. So try to get through this as quickly as I can. Let's see. This is the Bermuda Bay. It's beautiful. So again, I'll just scoop up some paste, scrape off the bottom side, and just use what's left on the stick in these little size cups. So, fingers are dirty just after doing that. So, this one is the interference green. So this is very light, and please take whatever precautions you can. So I'm going to muffle myself for a moment until I've put the lid back on. Okay, so that looks like a lot of that black strained off that stick now. I'll change that over to a large stick. Okay, so that's all of those. Awesome. All right, what's happening in here now? Mum's here. Hello, hello. Put some of this over there. Okay, so I'm not going to lead a lot of that because that is the interference, and I'm hoping that that will just be a small feature throughout. So even though I'm going to be doing some testing on some acrylic Perspex, exciting, right? Yeah. Don't need a lot of white, just a little. And just leave a little bit of clear into this cup for anything we need as we go. All right, so mix those in. Really excited to say hi, Kerry. How you going? Thanks for coming in. Yes, acrylic. I'm so sorry. I'm so distracted and excited. It's all happening. So I managed to sort out some acrylic Perspex in rounds. So I have 4-inch rounds, and I also have a special shape which I'll reveal very shortly. And yes, I'm excited to put some resin on them, give them a test, and see what happens with that. Making sure it adheres well and that it works like I hoped it would. Okay, that's the white. Sailor blue. So as I'm doing these, I will bring the camera down so that you can get a much more detailed view. Doing well. Been on for a while, been busy, sometimes fall asleep before. Oh, but always watch a replay. You know, that is fantastic, Terry. That is greatly appreciated. All right. Bermuda Bay looks amazing. Now the color shift pigment, the interference, has had a moment to sit underneath that resin and stir it all in. That looks nice. I don't know if you'll see much of my blue gloves. Not so sure. Previously, when I mixed some of that, I was wearing black gloves and you could see it because I was holding it and black was the background. So I'm actually gonna have to change my gloves because I don't want to transfer any of the pigment paste or anything to the Perspex before I actually use it. How long do you have to work with resin before it starts to set in cups? Well, I get about an hour with this art resin from Just Resin, but that's when there are only small amounts in the cups. I have accidentally put a cup aside and forgot about it, and it was about half full, and within that time it had already cured and congealed and it was gross. But as long as you have lesser amounts in the cups I can't think of the word. Yeah, just go with lesser amount. There's less chance that because of that amount it will start to heat and activate quicker than usual. No. Yes, Robin, different brands do set at different times. So, and fabulous. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? So this is what a clear Perspex round looks like. It has this has a frosted plastic on both sides. So I haven't peeled that off yet. You can see those marks and everything. That's from handling. So if it didn't have that protective layer on there, the actual Perspex would be ruined. So that one just happens to be about 4.5 millimeters thick. These ones have the brown paper on both sides, and these ones are about 3 millimeters thick. So we're going to test out both of them, and now that I've shown you those, this is my biggest excitement of the moment is, ta-da, it's backwards. I have Australia. How cool is that? And even managed to keep Tasmania on there. So even though they're technically not joined, for this purpose, they are. So, because I was kind of like, I can't leave Tasmania off. So, but yeah. Dun dun dun. Gonna have fun at least with one of those. So, that's the plan. I'm so excited about that. Alright. Thank you. Thanks, lads. Yeah, absolutely. And that's just it. If I if I miss your question, it is possible that someone else in the room might catch that. So thank you very much for that, Robin. Sharing your knowledge. Okay, so this is how big that glove is. Okay. Just pulling that back. It's like this. It's like this. Now let's catch that reflection again. And it's beautiful. Okay. So I'm going to leave the plastic on the back, and we will do the front. And take one of these off. I should have prepared one earlier, shouldn't I? All right, so these ones are 4-inch rounds. There we go, we're starting to get there. Go. So one side comes off, looks like this, and reflection, gorgeous. Australia looks like a lot of fun. Come on, Aussie, come on. Ouch, that one. And we'll just pop that one aside. So we'll focus on these two first, and then we'll do Australia and see what we've got left to do for the others. So I do like that the clear one is what's that? 4.5 millimeters. Does everyone understand why she only feeling one side? Good point, Robert. That is because for cleanup, you know, when you do a pour and resin or acrylic paint or anything drips down the back and leaves those drip bulbs as it cures. when that happens with this, if you do peel back the plastic or the paper plastic after it's cured, it helps to remove those really quite easily. But that's something that I will share. I will definitely do a video on that to show you how it goes. Hey there, Celine, how you going? So the back of the coaster will stay clean, and for ease of removal of the bulb drips is why I have left the back coating on both of them. So this one you can see, and you just have to remember that it is transparent, completely see-through when that paper is not on the back. And I've completely just covered it, so the transparent part for this test is not what I'm working on. I'm working on after it's cured, does it have great adhesion? Does the back peel off nicely? I could do a video to show you that, because these are all new items for me. So I thought, let's share it with everyone. Anyway, yes, yeah, that's right. So when it comes time, I will definitely do a video on that to share that with you all. And this is the Sailor Blue. And so the interference colors work best or are visually more spectacular on a dark base. So that's why I have the black and the Sailor Blue. That's why I chose those ones. And then so we're going to put this on this side opposite to the Bermuda Bay. And we'll put just a tinge of white, a thin row of white up there as well with that Bermuda Bay. And then we'll see what happens. I actually have isopropyl alcohol sitting off to the side of me as well. And I occasionally squirt that on my gloves and give them a wipe. So you type slow, plus there is a delay. Yeah, absolutely. Love those colors. Yeah, yep. Well, let's find out, Robin. Tilt you back a little bit more so I can get the heat gun in there. So I'm going to use my heat gun. I'm just going to use it on low. So that is low air and low heat. This one is, there we go. this one. I just warmed this one because I'm going to swipe it. So I'll come up from the bottom and come across this way. Bring this one over. This is the mica, the interference. So I bring that over that sailor blue and the black. And issues. Okay. And then we'll come back this way again. Alright, so this one I'm really happy with. This one I didn't like what the heat gun was doing to it, which is why I only heated this one and then did the swiping. So I'll just clear away any further bubbles using a heat torch. And this one as well. This one in particular is a chef's torch that I picked up from a specific kitchen store. And they are refillable with gas. So you can just pick that up at hardware stores, even some supermarkets, probably a lot of places, camping stores as well. There we go, that's got a nice bit of that interference next to that blue there. So the other benefit to having a wonky table is that it's really going to test the drips on the other side because it's flown over, and so there are drips underneath. So there we go. Let's have a look at chat real quick. Those colours. Elizabeth, how are you going? Nice to see you. That is so satisfying to you. Awesome. And that sailor blue turned out really pretty. What do you think, Robin? This white looks amazing. Excuse me. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to put these aside. And let's see how level it is at the back. All right, reaching all the way to the back of my table. There. It's very fluid right now. So, oh, here we go. How's that? Just grab that bit. Okay. So I have dirty hands, but because it does have that paper, I can grab it and not worry. So let's do Australia. Let's do Australia. Let's jump in the car, do a round trip. Oh wait, we can't. Maybe next year. Go around everywhere I haven't been, which is not that many places. But since being on YouTube, there are a bunch of people I'd love to meet. And some of them are very much right here in Australia. So, there we go. I've just got to remove that little bit from Tasmania. And if I'm not careful, I will scratch it, but that's okay. This is a test. There we go. Beautiful. Wonder if we use 2 lids, will that be better? Okay. So this time around, I'm not going to completely cover the back with the black. So we might go with the Bermuda Bay first. You are in Australia. Maybe you can come visit me too. And just going to push this to the edges. Lots of little nooks and crannies around, right down, around the Great Australian Bight. Now we're on the western coast, up to the Territory. There we go. In Australia. Where did you order the Australian shape? Ah, that's all me, Doris. No, I didn't make them, but I have a friend who is happy to make them. So, provided it goes well, I will be, I'll have these on offer if anybody would like them. I just want to get through testing them first, see how they go. So adding some black in there. Some of the blue, so sailor blue. This is the interference, the green. So I'll put this between the black and the sailor blue. So it has great exposure to both of those dark colours. And see how it looks up there. A little bit of white. It's one very stripy country. And so this time we'll hit it with the torch first. This will clear away bubbles and also warm up the resin for some swipes. And so I don't want to put the white over everything. Oh my gosh, that green there is beautiful. The interference. Let's come over the western side, over to Geraldton. Tasmania. Okay, that's pretty much spread throughout. Make sure we've got some drips coming off the sides. Awesome sauce. See that green? That is cool. So you can see it freely flowing on there. So let's get that back. So we've caused some drips with that. So that's good. And drag some over the edge doing these wipes. I just have to watch that, make sure it's not on a tilt. And I just had a thought that the next round, we do a round. Pretty. Okay. Sorry about that. Trade secret. Oh, okay. Your border is closed. I know it is. We might just have to wait till next year. Oh, I don't think there's any point planning very much this year. So, and I'm at work and had to make a call. Oh, Robin. Don't worry, I'll give you a close-up. And that blue, that sailor blue, oh, it looks beautiful. So, yep. And Doris, pretty, thank you so much. When I had my carpets cleaned earlier, I ended up putting the heater on because that to help get it drying, and it's dried out my throat, something chronic. Sorry, having a tough time with this one. Just trying to snag one corner to come up. There we go. And there we go. All right. So this one, Doris, let's see how I go at this. I think I've only done it like once before, and that was during our tile challenge. So, cross your fingers, please. I'm going to do a torch and tilt. So, if I do put the blue, I'm going to use up the rest of this blue for the background. Almost. Spread that around. Can't wait to see them dry. Absolutely, me too. So I will do a video, follow-up video for how they look, and show the back and removing the back to see how clean it is on the back with a lot of ease. And yeah, so we'll just, there we go, that's better. So I'll use the black at the front. And put the interference with that. A little bit exciting, Doris. Okay, the black again, the green, and then, so they will go over each other. So we'll put a white in here and a white back here. So there's probably too much on there, but I want to use all the colours. I'm having I'm really enjoying this. You would like to order 2 Australias? Sure. Let me know. I'm going to have to put a section in somewhere in my Facebook group perhaps, because I haven't got my website up and running yet. But I can, so people could post their interest in there and I can get things rolling. So for a torch and tilt, I'm going to lean it away from myself. So put it on an angle, that's why it's tilt. I'm going to use the torch up close, but not too close and not for very long. So, click that on. All right, ready? I think at the moment it's just running. Yeah, I don't know if I'm very good at this technique. Oh, oops, a little bit long there. There we go, we might leave it there. I'm trying to turn it off. There we go. My glove was slipping. So I'm going to move that bit. Doris, I need more practice with that. I don't know. I was so excited thinking, oh, do the torch and tilt. So I think I don't think it's any longer very torch and tilty. What do you think? So the back looks awesome, but I'm not so sure about this end. Still pretty? Awesome, thank you. I want to I can't help but do wobbly swipes with this. I'm going to leave that back end as it is and have those swipes in there. There we go. Fabulous. All right, much more torch and tilting practice ahead of me. Okay, there we have it. If you have any questions for me, please pop it in the chat now. That way, with any lag or anything, there'll be time for it to come up before I sign off. So we'll have a close-up now. I've got such a mess, but off camera I will use up the rest of my resin that I've made up. And yeah, so let's go back and look at the first ones we did. They've shifted a bit. Okay. Oh yeah. I need to move them. This one in particular, Robin, has, can't block it, that beautiful section of the blue. And Australia try and tilt away from the light. There we go. They just keep shifting. I may just need to have a look at some of this. And then get them off to the flat area. So you can see that's all heading up towards the Northern Territory, up in this middle section. So it's all heading up to the top end. Let's go over here. See those reactions in that one? So this one is what was this one? This was the one that I tried to move with a heat gun and didn't like it, and then swiped it maybe. A couple of extra reactions in there. This is our torch and tilt. Oh look, we did get some reactions in here. That's cool. Nice, well done. They look great. Thank you, Kerry. Australia looks awesome. Yeah. That's going to be a lot of fun doing those. I think so anyway. So yeah. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I can't see any extra questions. Tasmania is hanging in there. Sure is. I'm so stoked that Tasmania, because I was saying, how can we do Australia without Tasmania? So, alrighty. So, there we go. Let's focus on the feature of the night. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Give the video a thumbs up on your way out and leave a comment below and share it with others. It's the most fantastic way that you can help support us creators. Great live. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Doris. I really appreciate that. So, all right, just let me know too. Hey, Carolyn, how you going? We're just signing off for the night, but there is my new shape to pour on. Good old Australia. Yeah, so, and then a couple of rounds, testing out the Perspex, the other round. Hey. Your father is in hospital. Oh, I hope. Sorry to hear that. I hope that everything will be okay about that. So, all right. And for those who are still here, love the colours. Thank you. I believe Tish on the Artist Haven will be going live very soon. In Might Have It. Love the colours. Yep. And check on that last comment, Carolyn. So, yes, I believe that the Artist Haven will be on live very soon. C19. Okay. I'm not sure what that means, Carolyn. Feel free to message me if you would like to. And on that note, thank you so much for being here. You are amazing and I appreciate you so much. And oh, gee, COVID. Thank you, Kerry. Well, I don't know where my brain was at. Yes, I am sorry to hear that, Carolyn. I hope that everything goes all right with that. So yes. All right. Thank you. You're amazing. Take care if you have to go anywhere. And from myself always, be kind, be creative, and be fabulous. Bye.